Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia, and I would like to welcome you to the August Christmas Stampathon Challenge. Now this month we have gone for something a bit different, and our theme is Frame It. What we want you to do is to make a frameable design that is Christmas themed, to keep for yourself and have as a part of your Christmas decor, or it will be a perfect thing to gift. So I am going to show you exactly what I've used. So I've used the Great Tidings bundle, which is the stamp set, and the dies. I'm going to be doing some blending with some blending brushes. I have used the gold and rose gold foil. So I have made some cards and done a frameable. So I just used the gold, but it does come with the rose gold as well. I have used our foam adhesive sheets, and to go with the dies I have used my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now this is the card that I've made that is going to go to one of the participants in the challenge, and I've also used the silver foil here for our city. This card is going to go as a random act of kindness to one of our participants, and this is very similar to the frameable that I'm about to make for you. So if you participate in this challenge, put your photo on our Facebook group, and 4 or 5 winners will be chosen at random, and we will send you out a card inspired by our frameable. So this is my slimline card. Okay, let's move some of these things just off to the edge here, and I will show you what I have done so far. So this is where I am up to. I have taken a piece of Blackberry Bliss. I have used this frame here and popped it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to create a window. Now I ran it through a second time with a piece of white along with our Bethlehem city. So I've done that. I will get to showing you how I sponge this. I've just done an initial layer to make things a bit quicker. But first I have all my stamps here lined up ready to go, and I'm going to take Versamark ink, put it the right way around, Versamark ink, and we are going to gold emboss this. So let's take a big deep breath, and hopefully this works exactly like all good embossing should. Now I've used the Stamparatus just because I'm doing 2 stamps, and I also had to do some fiddling. So I did have a scrap piece of paper that I used to make sure I could get these sentiments lined up exactly how and where I wanted them. And I'm thinking I just want to do a second layer because these are such beautiful fonts. I will lose some of that double lines detail with the embossing, but I get to keep the fonts. So take this out of the Stamparatus, pop it to the side. I do have a scrap piece of paper here. This is just a scrap. It's gone through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine many times. So I have my almost finished gold embossing powder here. So I'm just going to pop that on. I'm going to leave it sit there for just a couple of seconds, and that is pretty good. I'm going to tap off the excess. There are no stray bits or anything too drastic that I can see. Just while I clean this up, I will warm up my heat tool and just pop this. Now this is all real time, so unless I've pre-prepared something, I am not editing this video. So you will see everything in real time. I will now not spill my gold powder. Just get rid of the excess so I don't melt it as well, because we've all done that before. So this is now nice and hot, and I am just going to melt this. And this is the joy of embossing, is watching that powder melt. It's just like magic. Now as soon as it's melted, just pop it away. Oh, and that tea, and anywhere that is dull is not embossed. So that just has that lovely gold. So good tidings of great joy and glory to God in the highest, because we've got 3 wise men. Now I just do have a few little bitty bobs that I just a microfiber cloth just to buff that off. Now I'm very happy with that. So I'll pop that to the side, and we will get to our interior piece that goes in here. So I've used our blending brushes, and the colors I have used, so that piece that we just had is Blackberry Bliss, and for our sponging we are using, sorry, I just need to grab something off screen, is Misty Moonlight and Mossy Meadow. So I have popped down a single layer of both, and I'm going to do something really weird. I have some painter's tape, and I'm going to stick the sticky side of the painter's tape to my fingers so I can hold on to my piece of paper without putting fingerprints in what I have already sponged. So you can just move between the colors a lot easier without actually letting it dry as much. So my fingerprints will no longer be there, and I'm just going to deepen up this Misty Moonlight. So I've just got to put some pressure fairly high up here. Want some nice deep color. There we go. Just that's getting to where I would like it to be. So darker on the edges, lighter coming into that row of buildings, and I think one more will get the desired depth of color that I want. I really like that. That's like a night sky. Now, because my fingers are like this, I'm just going to pop the open ink pad to the side, because I will close it once this tape is off. So coming in with the Mossy Meadow, and I'm swapping brushes because I have one brush for blues, one brush for greens, and so on and so forth. Now I'm going to repeat and do exactly the same thing. So I want darker edges. There we go. Nice depth coming out there, because I did do this base piece a number of hours ago, so it's just not wet. Normally you can see I created that depth really quickly once I put some moisture into that cardstock. Okay, I'm really happy with that depth. So I do still, you can see here, I don't have much color left in the brushes, but I can just rub them on that microfiber cloth, or here on my paper to get rid of any excess, and then I can go in with whichever blue I choose next time. So I don't have any issues now with getting fingers, so I will... No, I don't want to close this ink pad because we are going to do some stamping. So with this little ferny, grassy stamp here, I'm going to do some stamping on this background, and I just have this scrap piece of paper that I'm just going to tuck in here so you can see what I have done previously, just going off the edge. So I'm going to start roughly in the middle and just, well, you now know what time I'm filming this because my computer just told you. The joys of real life, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to put a little end just there that can stay as it is, and I think I just need an edge down there. I know it's faint, but I think I am done. So I'm done with all of our stamping. So close this up. I would love you to comment if you have ever done a frameable piece like this, whether it be for Christmas or another occasion, because I know I use Christmas cards, past Christmas cards that are all blinged up or all loved. I often use those as decor pieces in my home at Christmas time. So those are favorite cards that you just can't live without. So now we are basically up to assembly, and I'm just missing one piece out of my basket here, which is our little Bethlehem. So I have a piece of Bumblebee design, I was going to say designer series paper, Bumblebee cardstock, and we are just going to pop this on just like so. So there's a nice big framing around it. Obviously this is the framing. You won't see all of it when it goes into my frame, and at the time that I'm filming this, I've actually had to repurpose one of the frames in my house and take out photos of my kids because I'm currently not able to go anywhere because we're in lockdown with the current pandemic. So, but I thought it was a good idea to repurpose one of them because I put away all our personal pictures at Christmas time anyway. So with this frame, I can take out the picture of my children, put this piece in, and then I'm not putting it up in storage in my roof for the 6-8 weeks that I have my Christmas decorations up. So we do want to try, note the word try, and get this as squared up as possible. Now it is a little buckled because of the heat and the heat embossing, so I'm pretty happy with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take both of them actually, of our big stamping blocks and just apply some pressure. So while that is just applying some pressure, I'm going to show you, or tell you about rather, how I made my, my 3 wise men. So I got our foam adhesive sheets. Now these are just like our dimensional adhesive, but it's not cut, it's just one full sheet. So you can die cut with it, you can cut it, you can, I haven't tried punching with it, but I'm sure you could. But yeah, you can do all of that. So I die cut our 3 wise men, and then because it's adhesive on both sides, I took off the top adhesive and I used our gilded leafing, and because it's sticky, it stuck straight away. So I have my gilded leafing in a bit larger box than what it comes with, and I dipped it in there, and then I brushed the excess off, and we were left with this stunning effect. So I'll hopefully get it on screen that you can see the different textures of gold. So for the card I used the foil, but for this piece I did use the gilding flakes. I kind of wish I used the gilding flakes also for the cards, but I can't go back and change that. So I'm just going to pop those to the side. Just use a titch of our glue again. I won't put the lid back on it. Just also remember to get these sides. And then I'm going to inlay this inside our frame because it's die cut perfectly. So that's inlaid in there. Almost perfect. There's just a tinsy bit of a halo, but that's pretty close. And then I'm going to take my silver foil piece. So the silver foil comes in 3 different silvers. This is like the really dark grey silver. It also comes in a lighter silver, oh pardon me, a brushed silver. So there are different silvers, and this is in the mini catalogue that you can grab that. Okay, I think we're glued up enough. Probably going to end up with a tinsy bit of glue on my hand. And you can see how that bumblebee comes through and makes it look like we're looking through a window, and then that there is light coming in. So I am just going to pop that on again and just give it a bit of a press. And that is that part of our scene done. I do have our the star out of the die set, which I've done in exactly the same way. Just bring over my little rubbish dish. Probably going to get a couple of stray flakes coming around, but hey, who doesn't love gold flakes? So that's perfect there. And just take the backing off the foam so you can see it's just our normal foam adhesive, and just line these up along the bottom. Okay, and then I will show you what it looks like in the frame, because actually in the frame, my frame has gold, has like a gold gilding on the edge, which inspired me to use this. So we've got our 3 kings, or 3 wise men. So that is that done. I love the 4 colors together, being the bumblebee, the blackberry bliss, misty moonlight, and the mango, oh my word, mossy meadow. Okay, so I have my frame here, so you can see you've got that like faux gold gilding, and I do have it opened. Of course now it doesn't want to open, so I'm going to pop this in, and it does fit perfectly, which is great. And I do also have the backing pieces that came with it, and I will close this up, but you can make your frameable whatever size. This side, did not want to turn. And there we have our beautiful framed piece ready to gift or to keep for yourself. Oh, a Louisa hair got on the inside, so I'll need to rectify that. But you can see how that just works perfectly. And you can also see how the same concept translates to a card, but we are asking that you make a frameable piece, share it. We don't expect you to make multiples. You can make just one, and that's not a problem at all. So let's just quickly recap what we've used. We've used a great Tidings stamp set. We used the Wiseman Tidings dies. We used gold embossing, our blending brushes, which I cannot live without, foam adhesive sheets. We used, where is the container, our gilded leafing, which I'll see if I can bring in here at the top, but we used the gilded leafing and our heat tool, of course, to do the melting. So if you want to purchase any of these products, please don't hesitate to click my shop now link, and that will take you over to my shop. Any questions or anything I haven't explained well enough, please don't hesitate to ask. I look forward to seeing all your beautiful creations over in our Facebook group, Christmas Stampathon 2021. And till next month, have a wonderful one. Thanks, guys. Bye.